How y'all doing today? Hope you're doing well. Getting started a little bit earlier today, at least. Trying to get back on track. Uh, Left my old job yesterday, last day. I've been working my new job about a week now, so I'm continuing on with that, which is fine by me. I like it a lot better. It's cleaner. The air's not as gross. A lot of reasons I like it. Pays better. But I mean, yeah, now I got more time to work in memorizing this script for this presentation because that's gonna be my full speed ahead, I believe. Speaking of that and getting back into the acting thing, I want you to think of your mind, your brain, as the supercomputer that it is. I'm not saying that science is. Science is saying your brain is the supercomputer, most powerful one we know. Being that it's a supercomputer, have you ever thought about that you could have apps, like you have apps on your phone, push a button and do something? And if you think that sounds crazy, let me ask you something. Have you ever gotten your car and driven somewhere you've been to many times before and then arriving there without remembering to drive at all? Just hopping in your car, next thing you know, you're there and it's like no recollection of the drive? What's that if that's not an app? If that's not some program that you put in there, albeit subconsciously, but you've done it over and over and over again, so that when you had other things processed in your mind, your brain was like, oh, I know how to get us there. And it can be like complex routes, long routes. Your brain will take you to A to B. Sometimes it'll take you to stops in between. You don't even remember that. But again, that's how powerful the mind is. What about like tasks? I think I talked about this earlier. The human brain has this ability where if you're working on a task and you do that task over and over and over again, like 100 million times, maybe not 100 million, you know what I'm saying? If you do it over and over again, you'll get better at doing the task. Your mind will chunk the process into simpler functions and it'll drop back into second nature. I mean, stuff like that. This is how it works like a computer. What I'm saying is you can take control of that. What you need, what all people need, is an operating system. An operating system is what lets you program it and control it, or not program it, but I mean, I guess so. Yeah, I guess it does program it in a way. Anyways, that's beside the point. My point is, all of this stuff is accessible to you, but you need some way to access it, So that's what I'm saying these systems are. They allow you to get inside your brain and ask questions to make you think, to self actualize. And in doing so, you take charge of a lot of these processes that you didn't even know you had. They just work subconsciously because that's how life works. But once we realize that we have a greater effect on them, we can take control of it. I mean, it's kind of like breathing, You don't think about breathing, it just happens. And I don't know, I'm not a biologist. I can't say that you could in some way take control of your breathing. But again, why would you want to? Because now you have to stay awake all the time to remind yourself to breathe. You know what I mean? So some things maybe aren't good for that. But these processes are. How many different tasks can you put into autopilot mode for yourself? You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is the practice and meditation of this stuff will make you a different human being. It will heighten you as a being. Access to the world will grow. Free will will grow. Your ability to be more formidable in the world will be present. So I don't understand why we're not doing this already, other than the fact that the powers that be wouldn't want it. Because their whole goal is to make us stupider. Because if you make people stupider, you make them controllable. And I guess that's what the basic point is here. Do you want to be the kind of person who's easily manipulated and controlled, or do you want to be someone who actually thinks for themselves? Because people love to tout that they're free thinkers, but most people aren't. Most people follow everyone else because they have no idea how to be a free thinker. It's not enough to just say it. You got to have a system to think. And you can't just think about what other people tell you. That's not being a free thinker. You got to challenge things. And that's what this work does. It challenges you on so many levels. But in that challenging, you grow. You become something more. You're always something more today than you were yesterday if you continue on this system. And that's where I think a lot of the value lies. Because most people, they stay the same being for most of their lives. I mean, shit, I've met so many freaking 7-year-olds and 70-year-old bodies. Blows my mind. And just going to that point, think of United States of America, halls of Congress. I have seen these grown-ass men, probably in the 60s or 70s, easy, maybe 80s, I don't know. and they can't say the word like vagina or menstruate. They can't say these words because they're just too, I don't know, maybe just shocking for them to say. It's like, Jesus Christ, bro, you're writing these laws and you can't speak the words? But again, it's like they've lived the same life over and over again, never been challenged by anything, gotten to their office maybe by nepotism or, a buddy or something. But it's just sad. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling off now. Anyways, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time. I know it's important and valuable, and I'm always grateful you share it with me. Have a great day.